Hello, Karthik.
Hi.
We see anger a lot of times happening in the house, a lot of arguments, you know. What is this dynamics of anger happening in the house, within the family itself?
You mean anger in the sense like whenever things are not happening properly, you will see each other shouting.
Somebody or
shouting.
the other is not happy, and a lot of shouting happening, arguments happening, disturbances.
See, happiness again, it is very relative.
Yeah.
But when you are talking about anger,
Yeah.
exactly different kinds of situations happen for different people. There is also this ability to withstanding capacity is also there. For example, uh, you may drop a cup
Yes.
and it may cause anger at house.
Yeah. What could be
Yeah,
the
so
real
there's a
reason?
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
anger. But you will see there are some people who simply drop their cell phone, but people at house are not getting angry. So it has got everything to do with withstanding capacity. Anger has got everything to do with withstanding capacity. Withstanding capacity is one monetarily. For example, there are some people who say that in anger they are destroying something. They feel like throwing their cell phones and other things. But suppose if you give them this iPhone 5s in which you're recording, okay, will they throw it?
I think the mind will be alert. The
So,
price tag will come in front.
Exactly. So the withstanding and the evaluating abilities will determine your anger in the house. Withstanding in terms of finances. For example, let's say a family has a cup which is worth around 2000 rupees. Let's say your incidents, and since you said, okay, why is it that the anger has come? Not specifically that it has happened to you, but you drop that. And the withstanding capacity to bear that 2000 rupees loss is not there. So because of this, the anger will come. Suppose, let's say if there is lakhs and lakhs of rupees that cup has gone, it will not create that level of anger.
Isn't the very breaking of the cup an expression of the anger which is already there?
No, you are talking when a person is getting angry and he is breaking. I'll come to that next. I'm telling that anger, people, let's say your mother got angry simply because you broke the cup. Unknowingly, it has slipped from your hand and it has fallen. Now, if the 2000 rupees cup, the 2000 rupees is not in your withstanding capacity, the people at home are most likely to get angry. Whoever is the person who is providing it. Let me give you one more example. Let's say there is an iPad which you have bought and given to your child. And the iPad has costed around 15,000 rupees. Now suppose if in that family you are in a position to make lakhs and lakhs every month, that 15,000 when he is breaking will not make a difference to you. But suppose by saving it for such a long time you have produced that iPad and given to him,
Naturally.
you will be angry with him for the next 1 month possibly.
Yeah.
So here's where your withstanding capacity comes. So one which you have to know is the withstanding capacity in terms of finances, which plays a very, very important role in which anger is happening. Now second thing is where you asked, is the very breaking of cup not an anger? Now will come. Now when you got angry, generally we see people breaking things. As I again told you, people cannot break each other's head, so they break
Thanks.
the things which are again not valuable. Suppose it is very expensive. Now let's say there is a glass. Instantly they will take one rod and they'll take the hand and hit the glass, because they know subconsciously, because any action which is spontaneous is driven in your subconscious mind state. So subconsciously, your subconscious mind very clearly knows that it is very easy to break a glass. Suppose there is an iron rod there. Will the same person take his whole hand and hit on it? Because he knows eventually he is going to end up breaking his hand. Eventually, now people generally we have seen in that movie also. One of the movie, that lady is taking butter knife. So the hero is telling, okay, instead of butter knife, why don't you take the other
real
knife?
one.
Because subconsciously that lady knows, even if she is little casual about it, no harm is going to happen.
Correct.
But suppose if it is a real knife, it is going to damage. So it is very, very
Subtle lie.
It is very manipulative. Manipulating the people at house So this kind of manipulation is why the anger is happening. Essentially, there is, if a person is thinking very clearly, anger can never happen. Because one, if there is some bureau which is very, very huge, people bang their head usually these days. Very lightly they bang. With all their force, they don't go and bang because they know what's going to happen. And banging also they choose. For example, if you can show this place, this is like just they're going to take and they're just going to put it like this. They're just going to go like this. This is the kind of with all force. If there is, let's say, a knife, a kind of a thing, they don't want to take and go near.
Definitely.
It because they know what is going to happen to them. So this kind of manipulation is sheerly what many people are defining as anger. So here people have to become a little more evolved. What they have to become evolved is they have to evaluate their withstanding capacities. Instead of blaming on anger, instead of looking at why that emotion has happened, how they can get away from that emotional states is something which every family member must really put his mind on. And that's when qualitatively constructive thoughts can come. Qualitatively constructive thoughts are very essential for anger not to happen. If angry states should not be expressed, qualitative constructive thinking must happen. And qualitative constructive thinking can happen when you first point out, look, as examples as I told. First, it's coming from the withstanding capacity. So he is not able to understand, look, I'm not able to bear this loss of 15,000 because of this anger is coming. Let me increase my capacity. The dialogue changes internally. Have you noticed? Now, I only have managed to save so much things and have provided. Now you have not valued it. Instead of blaming the other person, where is the whole problem? The whole problem is withstanding capacity. Suppose you are in a position to create it so many times. Where is the question of anger? Yeah? Let's say, a phone. That's what happens to a lot of people. One of my friends, with all his capacity, he bought his iPhone 6 Plus. Now he's working, he has EMIs and other things. Now it fell down and the screen broke. Now he's totally vexed up. He's not sleeping. Because in his withstanding capacity, he is not in a position to repair it or buy another iPhone 5s, 6 Plus, 6.
How will you relate withstanding capacity in terms of anger due to relationship, wherein there's a complaint that not enough qualitative time or a valuable time is given to the other?
Again, that's a different thing. In a relationship, when you're talking about, are you talking about a father and son relationship? Are you talking about
Mostly spousal.
Spouse relationship? That's an again different topic that we are entering into. Probably we can keep it for the next video because. Just because you asked, I'll just give you a glimpses about it. People getting married, that's a big flaw. Only morons get married, according to me. Utter morons. Sheep kind of mentality. Because marriage by itself, why? You bring of time and other things. You did not, when you married, you did not realize that you have to give time? Was that definition not there? It came later? Or
Probably time was available then.
that is what I'm saying. People, when two people are getting married, it's a lifelong commitment in India. And they used to follow a different kind of a system, which only the ancients knew, which neither the mythology explains, which neither the ancient Puranas will be able to explain to you. Only in pure states of meditation you will be able to glimpse the ancient powerful India, and it begins from Banaras, it begins from Kasi. So I am going to explain to you in our next video as to why there is anger, essentially not spending time. So in one word, which will be the crux of the discussion, is fools are the people who have decided to get married and complain and get angry because they are not able to spend time with each other.
Fine, I think as of now the withstanding capacity is a very interesting aspect and a very valid aspect.
Definitely, increase your withstanding. Now, how do you increase your withstanding
Yes.
capacity to conclude? Go with empowering your capabilities. Because when your capabilities become associative with relevance, please understand this. When your capability empowerment, not just like that, capability empowerment becomes associative with relevance to the people's requirements in the market. Money will become very much available to that individual at that given point in time for his need. That's something which I personally have seen it with a lot of business people who are doing crores of turnovers, with people who are making money, with people who are working other places. So empowering the capability. For example, if someone is learning a technical skill, today there's Hadoop. So today data storage is very, very essential. So when a person is making himself capable in that direction, there is an association with relevance to the market requirements. So when a person begins to think of finding an association with relevance, that withstanding capacity becomes higher. And when withstanding capacity becomes higher, the situation of manipulating another person becomes very limited. But nobody wants to manipulate another person by will. It's by
True.
situation. So showing all empathy to the manipulators, may your capability be empowered, and may you start thinking of how you can empower yourself in such a way where you become associative to the relevance of where your capability is enhanced. Thank you.
Thank you, Karthik. That was a really eye-opener, and I'm sure everyone is going to think for some time about this word called, withstanding
Yes.
those states that they experience. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.